So if we were to sum up 2020 in a simple phrase, I say it's been a lesson in fear. Whether it was fear of illness, economic fear, I think those are the two main ones, and a whole variety of related fears. There's been a lot to be afraid of this year. And, I've experienced it as much as anybody. And so the question is, how do we deal with that? For those who have a belief in some sort of higher power or divine right order or anything like that, do we take refuge in that, and do we trust that divine right order is unfolding as it must, and basically walk our talk for all the things we say we believe? I personally am in that category. On the other hand, if we don't have any of those sorts of beliefs, and why should you if you don't feel it, then the question is, what's happening in our minds? Are we just allowing the fear of this, that, or whatever the trigger of the moment is to take over our minds and get into an endless loop of, oh God, what if this happens? What if that happens? How it turns into an endless loop? Or do we in some way take control of our minds through whatever practices we have? Because all of personal growth ultimately comes down to practices. And at the very least, distract ourselves or do something to get out of this loop of fear. Doing, of course, what we can do, but not letting it eat us up. I know my own experience has been very often my own reactions have been probably as injurious as anything else to me. So that's the little sum up. I know we're all dealing with this, and this is one of the key parts of life. Being in a human body is an inherently very vulnerable position. There's just no way around that. And so how do we navigate through life enjoying the opportunities, not just for pleasure, but for joy and for everything else, without letting our fears overwhelm us? And a lot of it is just a mindset. A lot of it does come down to our subconscious programming and bringing in things like neurolinguistic programming, or anybody who has an orientation towards working with the subconscious, whether that's people like Marilyn Janae, Joseph Murphy, all those. But this is really not just solving one problem after another. It's about basic mindset. And I put this podcast up as somebody who's certainly dealing with that myself. And we all are. So, blessings to all. Thanks for listening.